Hello everybody and welcome back to the internet's best reactions. Today we're going to talk about the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. You know, that really boring 2021 event that we had for the penultimate race of the season. There's not many occasions that I am speechless, it's my job to talk, but this has left me flabbergasted as to what I have witnessed. I don't know how we're going to cover it all. I think I will forget a lot. But hey, we're here, we're in this together, and your reactions were amazing as always. So let's dive into them right now. First up, let's talk about lap 1. Lap 1! I know, how long ago does that feel? At KenXX Rare, me on the first lap. Now it turns out that we were going to be like that for the majority of the event, trying to keep up on everything that was going on the racetrack and also on social media. To be fair, the first few laps were pretty boring, weren't they? Like, you know, we were like, settling into quite a reasonable event. You know, everyone was very sensible on lap 1. Little did we know. At Sunday's Arthur Racing, the start, everyone was so relieved. We got through lap 1 without any sort of carnage. It's going to be one of those episodes, I can tell. I've already lost a bit of my sanity. So I don't know what's going to come out of my mouth over the next 20 minutes or so, but enjoy! At iLarson007 actually speaks about something that did happen on lap 1, or nearly did. Watching Perez nearly hitting Verstappen turn 1 be like, yes, Perez nearly took out Verstappen. I know, we all forgot about that. I can only imagine, I actually don't want to imagine what his overalls looked like after that, but he ended up out of the race a little bit later. But I think he's counting his lucky stars he didn't wipe out Verstappen. Otherwise, well, it would have been a much easier route to the championship for Hamilton next weekend. But, oh God, how was that something that we don't even need to discuss? So much more happened. At F1_stacks, Checo and Max turn 1. It's a brilliant video to kind of showcase how close it was. The little snatch of the brakes. He was very late, wasn't he, Sergio? He, of course, wanted to get through on Charles Leclerc so that he could be that rear gunner for Max Verstappen, but it didn't happen. And to be fair, we had a lot of memes for Checo a little bit later on after the first restart. We'll get to that. Oh, there's another one actually, at Crystal Horner. Perez and the back of Max's car at the start. It's a Home Alone meme. It had to be included because that film was my childhood. So well done, I mean, I don't know why I said well done, Crystal. Your name is not Crystal, but yeah, it was a good meme. So we were, 10 or so laps, we were just watching quite an interesting strategic battle that was going to unfold between Hamilton in first, Bottas in second, and Verstappen in third. They were just chilling around maybe 4 seconds apart at Gianni Contio. Bottas asking for a bigger gap to Hamilton so that it doesn't look like he is slow. Yeah, this was all that was going on. Just a little bit of, team chatting, doesn't want to suffer from too much understeer. I think the fact that the first 10-15 laps were dull did kind of almost shocked us more with what was to come. I don't know. I can't. My words just don't come into my brain. That probably didn't make sense either. So, we get to the first big moment of the race. Mick Schumacher crashes. Both Mercedes come into the pits, which shocked me quite a bit, to be fair, because Verstappen took the lead, decided to not pit, and, has track position. Of course, he would have to then pit later on, but there was no guarantee that the hards would have gone 40 laps. At Boydem Shilasi, Red Bull strategist. Yeah, they rolled the dice, or they played at the casino, and little did we know, it's going to be the phrase of internet's best reactions, little did we know how big, or small, I don't know, is it a big or small thing that then caused the rest of it to happen? I don't know, the stars aligned and was like, chaos, yes please. Now, I don't even know what happened for this next bit. I genuinely don't know if the stewards were like, yeah, no worries, or maybe they just forgot, I don't know. At JakeyBoy2150, Bottas during the safety car, he slowed down a lot, and then obviously peeled into the pits, then he could double stack with Hamilton ahead. Verstappen stays out and then gets the lead because of the red flag that's then flown. So maybe the stewards were like, don't worry, Verstappen got a big advantage out of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I don't know. Did I imagine this entire Saudi Arabia Grand Prix? Potentially. At _Cubby_17, Bottas driving to the pit under the safety car. It was very slow, wasn't it? It was pretty out of order from Valtteri. But hey, a lot of people said on Twitter karma, and I guess it's true. Now, of course, with the red flag being flown, there was, of course, Twitter goes into meltdown when any sort of decision happens, and therefore it is quite controversial. And at Sparkle42 sums it up quite nicely. Sky F1 and Lewis Hamilton. Of course, Lewis was a bit angry about it. There was extensive team radios. I mean, we got our absolute money's worth for the team radios, both with the teams kicking off and feeling quite frustrated at Michael Massey and the FIA. Of course, Lewis as well popping off. Max popped off at the end of the race. My brain feels like it's going to explode. At Yankees Boinga, the FIA seeing an opportunity to turn the tables and make this an interesting race. Now, I did say it is controversial, although I think it was the right decision because the barriers were very much needing to be inspected and be put back together in the correct shape and order. Obviously, I'm not an FIA safety delegate, as you can tell, but turn 21 and 22 are massively dangerous parts of the track, so therefore they had to make sure it was okay. Mick had a big crash in there. I'm really glad to see he was okay, but throwing a red flag when Max just took the lead. Woo! Sorry for your ears, but that sums up how I'm feeling, or was feeling. I was screaming throughout most of the race. I think I actually have to go to my next door neighbours and apologise for the noises that I was making because they weren't human. This one actually made me laugh quite a lot. At _Liam Cooney _ Bottas announcing his plans to Mercedes during the red flag. Of course, Bottas lost out to Verstappen as well. And of course, we've had things like in Hungary where Bottas, of course, caused that massive pile-up at the start. And it just made me chuckle. So well done, Liam. It was good. At Tilkend, Red Bull fans happy for red flag. Massey just doing his job. Now, I'm not going to go into a massive rant. We're going to save that for the podcast. IBR's a fun, happy environment sometimes. But just want to say a little bit about the fact the FIA and Michael Massey were all over the shop this weekend. Like, absolutely just clowns. I'm sorry, I hate people using the clown emoji on social media, but they were. Like, genuinely so bad this weekend. Like, they just had no idea what they were doing. Even with Formula 2, they were aborting sessions and putting them back on, and just everything was just off. It's Formula 1. Like, genuinely, I cannot see Michael Massey getting or staying in his job for next year. There's been so many incidents over the course of this season and last season where things have just nearly gone catastrophically wrong and could easily have been avoided. I get the decisions are very difficult and they, it's very hard to make the right call. But wow, it was an absolute circus. Right, rant over. More memes. At 1903BW, Max seeing Michael Massey throw the red flag. Of course, Max was very happy about that. He got to change his tyres as well. And then we got into the first restart. Yes, we had 3 lights outs and away we goes. Actually, I'm wearing a Christmas jumper, as you can see. Lights out. And away we ho ho ho. Go on to the WTF1 shop if you want to find out more. Link in the description. What a lovely segue that I did not plan at all. I actually didn't. At CFC Max _ Christian Horner and Toto Wolff during the red flags. The addition of that FIA team radio, I know I've mentioned it, but the addition of it to our viewing experience has been priceless. All of these snippets are going to be used for Drive to Survive. You just know it. By the way, we said, I think halfway through the season, how on earth is Netflix going to include all of this season in 10 episodes? We get to round 21 of 22, I don't know how they're going to fit it into 50 episodes. I can't wait for it, and I think it will be good for the sport. Of course, there's an influx of new fans from the series already, and I think this season will be the best yet for dragging, older, fans that maybe haven't watched it for a few years, and also newer fans as well. The drama does sell, but there is a line where the FIA need to make sure that they aren't messing up at every turn and opportunity. And as if by magic, a meme on Netflix at Muser, Drive to Survive. They're loving life. I cannot wait for it to be released. Sign me up. Right, I think we've now got to the first restart. At Sarpay007, Perez be like. Of course, we had the drama at the start where Hamilton and Verstappen, Hamilton got a great start and just beat Verstappen down towards turn 1. Max then just tried it. It was desperate in my opinion. It was very much like I'm going to have to send it, otherwise Hamilton's probably going to run clear. it was over the line for me and did deserve some sort of penalty. And of course, further back, we had Perez, who got sandwiched, Charles Leclerc tagging him. And then, you feel a bit off, don't you, when a car's going sideways at any point in the track, to be honest. And of course, Mazepin at the same time hitting to the back of George Russell. It's all coming back to me in my brain now. I'm sure I'm missing a lot of stuff, but Perez then was just waiting for ages. We, of course, then got another red flag because of those big crashes, and we had the whole drama over whether Verstappen had to give the place back to Hamilton. Of course, there was this whole debacle, which we'll speak about in a second, but Perez just got forgotten about. He was stood just like on the apex for ages, poor guy. And of course, with Perez being out, it basically has given Merck the Constructors' title. Right, we now get into a very strange part of the race where, again, red flag, now we're getting towards the second restart, and then all the teams, not all the teams, Red Bull and Mercedes start to try and, well, Red Bull mainly, doing random deals with the FIA. I know with the FIA team radio, it gives us that insight that maybe has happened in the past, but we're listening to, the FIA going, oh, well, would you like P2? And I'm sat there like, P2? Ocon's in P2. Wait, so why are you not going behind Hamilton? Then, whole confusion hits again, and then eventually it's P3, and my God, what was going on? Now, actually, we roll into Tweet of the Week.
Who has won Tweet of the Week?
Right, the tweet of the week is at JD Wizard Jamie. Red Bull deal. I love the way that Deal or No Deal, you may not know this, it's a UK game show where you get given a random box and then there's 24 or 25 other boxes and whatever prize is in there you can win, but then there's this point where the banker rings up and offers you or gives you an offer as to how much they might give you for that question mark box. Hope that kind of summed it up quite nicely. But that's a great tweet, Emily. You win an amazing Fanatec prize, and can you tell I'm still very energetic? Well done, Emily. At Jose C. Monte Sinos, Michael Massey to Mercedes and Red Bull. It was very odd, wasn't it? Like the whole deal thing. There's another one at Stomp_NL and Hamilton in P20, please. Of course, that didn't happen. I'm literally losing my English language. But you get the picture. Deal or no deal. It was very odd. It was weird listening to it all because we're like, I think we're all sat there like, is this right? Is this allowed? But apparently it was. There's another one at Crocodile D6. Red flag be like. Yeah. Let me know in the comment section below. Do you think that the FIA, Michael Massey, that they're fit as they are in their current structure and team, or do you think changes need to be made? I think changes need to be made. Before we carry on, I just want to say please do subscribe to the channel if you are new and enjoying this content. We're trying to hit 1 million subscribers as soon as possible because that will mean the absolute world to us at WTF1. We are pumping out videos every single day pretty much, so I hope you've been enjoying the new content. Of course, the finale next week. You got to subscribe. We have got lots of stuff coming. Love ya. Now, I'd completely forgotten this even happened, but thankfully I liked the tweet at Max_22_23. Yuki's move around the outside of Sainz. Yuki, of course, fell like a stone at the start of the race, didn't he, a bit? And then kind of, was showing some pretty awesome moves. Turn 13 round the outside of Sainz. Thank you very much. Lovely stuff. Now, this meme, obviously, we've spoken about it, Perez and waiting for the taxi and whatever, but clearly it took a little while for this person to make, so I'm going to include it anyway. Well done. At KLavManian, Perez waiting for his ride back to the pits like. I love that Uber driver meme. That's brilliant. So, yeah, I thought I'd include it anyway, despite the non-chronologicalness of it. At where it's at, it's never too far away at Jeddah. Genuinely though, like as soon as we went green flag racing, you're just waiting for the next yellow flag or incident or whatever. Like there's so many things that went on that are just coming back into my head. Like Vettel and Kimi, Raikkonen just fighting randomly. I think I've actually got a meme coming up for that. But there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. Yuki, of course, having that incident with Vettel at the start and then having to reverse. So much. At Ollie_Bat watching on board from this track. That was me the entire race. No cap. Can't believe I just said that. I've never used that phrase in my life. I'm sorry if that just hurt you or something. But literally, I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. But this episode's going out quite early in the morning. So, yeah, RIP me. Okay, so I think we're now on the second restart. where, of course, Ocon on pole, Hamilton second, Verstappen third, at Duan_EAM during restart, during second restart, and then Esteban, Max and Lewis going 3 wide. I was convinced someone was not coming out of turn 1 after that, because of course Max started on the mediums as well. He risked it. He just wanted to go for the aggressive strategy, get track position on Lewis, and it worked, and he sent it to the inside. And to be fair to him, that was the cleanest move of probably the race. And although Lewis did touch Esteban, it was, 3 wide into there is not an easy feat. And yeah, that was very crucial for Max at the time to take the lead. At Aviator Vic, Yuki after crashing with Vettel, of course I just mentioned about Yuki and that incident, and poor guy, he was looking so good, he had such good pace in quali, and then, it's just such a shame. And then we were just going, no, not another safety car, not another red flag, surely. And he did, to be fair to him, do a very good job at reversing out of his own front wing, so I guess that's a positive. And the other incident that I mentioned recently, at Hurricane Barca, Kimi versus Seb there. The two old guns, of course, Kimi in his penultimate race of his F1 career, they fought very hard. I feel like Kimi almost lost track of where he was on the track and decided to go for a very audacious move. Of course, Seb also understeered off the track, and it was just a bit clumsy, wasn't it? And then, it caused, I think, 2 VSCs, because the first VSC didn't get all the debris. And I literally was sat there watching the race going, how on earth am I going to remember all this? This sums up pretty nicely. At Formula Nicky, me this entire race. I think I'm still on the verge of a nervous breakdown. I'm going to need days to recover, genuinely. So after that incident with Vettel and Raikkonen, at Formula 1, Kinga comes in with Vettel's car be like. It was just falling apart. Seb was a little bit annoyed as well on the team radio, wasn't he, when he had that incident? I think they were on the fringes of the top 10, but it's 50-50 for me, really. It just was, as I say, just a bit clumsy, and you're thinking, come on guys, you can't be doing that. And from that incident, at Huevo Asesino 2, Saudi GP be like. There was debris everywhere. I'm so surprised we didn't see a puncture, at least not one that we knew of. Someone may have had a slow puncture, but also a round of applause to the marshals for the bravery of running out onto the track. Of course, there will be parameters to know that, a car won't be coming for 20 seconds, but to still run out on track in blind parts is, that takes some courage. So well done to the marshals. Okay, so I'm trying to remember what I've said. So, of course, Verstappen got ahead. Hamilton eventually passed Ocon and then was chasing Verstappen down. And then the incident happened into turn 1 where Hamilton got a great run. Verstappen defended, and then Verstappen just slid. And Lewis had nowhere to go. And then eventually, Max got told to let Lewis through. Next tweet, at S_Price_Designs. Live look at Max and Lewis. Oh Lord, I was watching that, going, what am I watching? I honestly thought I was watching some sort of F1 game. Now, my opinion, not that you want it. Max did slow down, and he slowed down. He doesn't have to slow down off the racing line necessarily. I don't know what the communication was like between the two teams. If not, then it should be that both teams are told at exactly the same time that this is going to happen, so therefore both teams and drivers are aware. Max slows down. Lewis could have gone past, but my opinion is that Lewis, firstly, was maybe a bit apprehensive as to why he was slowing down if he hadn't been told, but also he didn't want to pass Max into the final corner because he knew Max would then just DRS his way back through, maybe. That's my thoughts on why Lewis didn't want to pass straight away, because we saw later on then that Max did exactly that and passed Lewis straight after. But how Lewis's front tyre has stayed on after clouting the back of Max's tyre, and also Max not getting a puncture, how we are not sitting here with Esteban Ocon winning the race, or probably Valtteri Bottas actually, because he got him right at the line, I don't know. How did both of those drivers survive till the end of the race? Now, there's going to be a lot of discussion, and I know there's going to be a lot of comments about it. And remember, everyone's allowed an opinion. So am I. And just try and be nice. None of this real F1 season has been, on Twitter at least. But let's try and be nice. We can think of differing thoughts on a certain incident. At JPix94, this race. Yep. After everything that happened, that was before the Max and Lewis final incident where they kind of crashed. Actually, that probably wasn't even the final incident because Max then passed him afterwards with the... I'm actually proud of myself for getting words out. Please leave a like if you've enjoyed this very strange episode, and subscribe as well, please. And to sum up, at Mr_Stove_Slice, race director at the finish. And it's not even finished. Right now, as of recording, Verstappen could easily have a penalty right now that I don't know of. And, yeah, well, not right now, but when it gets released. So I apologise if something is not completely up to date. But, yeah. I think that was everybody, actually. Pretty much finished at the end of that race. Social Media Team Championship time now, and yep, that's a thing. Yeah, you probably forgot about that, but let's dive into that because we've got a championship fight between Haas and Mercedes. So let's see who scores points for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. In third place, we have a tie, and it's between Mercedes and Red Bull. Mercedes, honestly. Red Bull, well. Sass from both sides, they both get a point. Well done, I think. In second place, we have Aston Martin Cognizant F1 team with a GIF that pretty much just sums up how we all were. So well done, Aston. You get 2 points. And the winners of the Social Media Team Championship in the penultimate race of the season is Haas F1. Haters will say it's just the first 5 minutes of FP3. Haas are killing it at the moment. Genuinely, they are smashing social media and Twitter. They deserve it. They get maximum points, and, well, I think it goes down to the last race. I don't know the exact points, but you'll see it on screen right now. That's 1 point for Red Bull and Mercedes, 2 points for Aston Martin, and 3 points for Haas F1.
And now it's time for Race Rundown with your host, Matthew Gallagher.
Okay, it's Race Rundown time now. I don't really want to do it. I can't really do it. My brain's not wanting to do it, but we're going to do it anyway. Finishes were Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Ocon, Ricciardo. Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Ocon, Ricciardo, Gasly, Leclerc, Sainz, Giovinazzi, Norris, Stroll, Latifi, Alonso, Tsunoda, Raikkonen. Wow. When I don't care, it just bangs out. Lovely. The non-finishers were Vettel, Perez, Mazepin, Schumacher. No, maybe not. The non-finishers were Vettel, Perez, Mazepin, Schumacher. Sussel. Who is Sussel? Schumacher, Russell, Mazepin, Schumacher, Russell, Mazepin, Perez, Vettel. Schumacher, oh, that'll do. Fine. I think I did it. Cool. Right, there you go. That's the end of the internet's best reactions to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's probably the longest IBR we have ever seen. Thank you so much to all of you for getting involved, as always. It's just, I cannot believe what's going on. We've got lots of stuff going on, lots of content. Make sure you like and subscribe. Hashtag WTF1 if you want to get involved next time. And if you get Tweet of the Week, you win a Fanatec prize as well. Thank you so much, everybody, for continuing the love and support on this channel and on this series. And we'll see you for the final race. Level on points. Sorry if I forgot anything. See you there.